Today we are going to do the Anaconda Choke, not to be mixed up with the Darce Choke. We'll go over that in a second. If you want to learn the Darce Choke, we have another video linked at the end. We're going to do it from the turtle position, so it's a front headlock position to go to. So Professor C is going to go to turtle. Now remember, the Darce, you enter from the side and it's armpit to armpit. The strangling arm goes deep. For this one, for the Anaconda, strangling arm goes through the neck and it'll come out in a seatbelt style positioning through the armpit. We'll just do the lock first and then we'll jump into how to finish everything. So you get the position, strangling arm goes in, and if they're small, you can lock it up on your bicep right here, okay? Now CEO's not small. If your arms are shorter and their shoulders are bigger, you're gonna have to do some extra steps. So let's actually move this way a little bit. Okay. If he has a solid base, his knees are wide, his butt's down, his elbows are wide, he's covering his neck, right? If he has good solid positioning, you're not going to be able to finish it from this headlock position. So the way you break their defensive posture is you're actually going to do a gator roll. So we're going to go here. I'm going to start on my armpit. I'm going to start on my forearm just because that's where I can reach. Okay. You can also gable grip. We'll do that in a second, but we're going to go here. If you could reach, you could go all the way to the bicep and do that first. So I'm going to do a gator roll to break down his defensive frames and his base. I hated doing this move because I would always roll over my face, okay? So don't look at the ground. You want to look underneath him so it's the back of your head being rolled over instead of your face. That stopped me from doing it for a couple years before I learned, hey, don't roll over your nose. So I look underneath him and I roll. And you end up here. If you were short, this is when you would lock it up deeper. So if you did a gable grip, great. Shoot it up, get the lock deep. If you're here, get it deep. Now, I'm just going to walk towards his feet. And then the way you compression choke them by throwing the top leg over, and you're trying to catch a leg. If you catch a leg, you crunch them. And not only is it an attack on the arteries, it's also an attack on his lung, his lungs' ability to get air back in, thus compression choke. So to make the gator roll a little bit better, we're actually just going to go gable grip. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lift him just a little bit and then dive my head under. Don't just like roll. This way, you won't even roll over your head at all. I'm just going to lift slightly and dive my head under. So we're here. See, my head never even hit the ground. I grab what I can. I grab whatever I can and get the finish. Sometimes they'll tap before you get the leg if it's tight. That's okay. A lot of times you do have to throw the leg over and get the compression added in. Now, if CO is resisting full force, since he's significantly larger than me, I might have a hard time gator rolling. So if you are on the smaller side compared to your training partners, the gator roll might not be the thing for you. Okay, so let's do an experiment. CO, just resist. Don't let me gator roll you. Go. So I'm smaller but pretty strong. I can kind of get it, but that sucks. It hit my head. He landed on my head, and it was a lot of strength. If I was a little smaller, I could never hit it on steel. So here's what we're going to do instead. I picked this up from Aaron Reese. So Aaron and Dan Reese own a school, Iron Roots, in Colorado. They're very knowledgeable. She's on the smaller side. She can hit this on the bigger people because of this trick. So instead of doing the gator roll, we're going to skip it entirely. So you lock up what you can. Get active toes on the mat so you can drive. And I'm just going to drive into him and hook a leg. So it looks like this. Drive, hook a leg, fall. All right? So without him, you get at the lock. Active toes, drive. You just need their butt off their heels a little bit. Grab a leg, fall, cross your legs so you have one of their legs completely locked up. And now you've got your compression position without the gator roll. So the gator roll isn't necessary, it's just traditional. The point is you have to beat their base and their frames, all of their defensive stuff that's going on. So get the lock or start the lock, break their defensive frames and base, fully lock up the lock, get the leg, you can press for the end. So let's do it one more time, but we're gonna go the other direction. So we're gonna start here. Okay, so I just go in with the other arm, I'm here. I'm gonna drive. Hook. And finish. And when I'm finishing, I'm squeezing everything together and using my lat muscles to squeeze the elbows together and into my body. Like a snake, like an anaconda, right? You okay?
Yep.
All right, so that's the Anaconda Choke. It's a fun one. Gives you a lot more things to attack the higher belts that just play turtle position on you, letting you work. You're like, well, I don't know what to do. They're all defensive. Well, now you have something else to try. Have fun with it, guys.